are live.
Oh,
Except
hello,
there we go.
everyone.
Except
Welcome to the Weebs.
From Maroogs.
What? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear her fine.
Yeah.
I can hear her.
And
she's coming through on the stream.
Okay, anyway,
Really?
hello and welcome to the Weebs, Dweebs, and Interweebs podcast. I am Maroogs. I literally just logged on 15 seconds ago. Hi, I am here. I am your host, and with me are what? He's here. Okay, well, it's Pep. He needs his hearing aid. So anyway,
Yeah, I was gonna say Pep's here.
Pep needs a hearing aid. So with me, well, right now, it currently are two of my favorite people, and that is our resident elder being Nev, and also John Dondero. Hey guys! Oh, and there's Pep. Who apparently
can you hear people? He's zoomed in real close. Look how zoomed in he is.
Technical.
Look how tight he is. He's so tight right now.
Can you guys? What's happening? Is this thing on? Hello.
Use your grandson.
Where's Mika's grandson?
Right I know I'm tight.
Toit like a tiger. I love that we said the same thing.
Hey, Rose, I thought you were gonna be late tonight.
I was late.
Yeah.
What? You were? Are you sure?
You were late?
It's 7:38. I literally was
right
late.
On time.
Oh,
hey, Bear.
I was right on time for BSBN time.
Hey,
I was like, you showed up when about the rest of the cast shows up.
You made it before the intro finished. So...
I usually try to be here 15 minutes early because that's when John always had us start when we first started. Like, be here 15 minutes early. So I've always
Could you imagine if I told you assholes to be here on time? What would happen?
Yeah.
We'd be halfway through the stream. We'd be halfway through the stream before anyone showed up.
Am I here on time?
Hey, we're 5 minutes late.
Well, I was late. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be coming in on the stream. So that's why when y'all were humming and singing your tune, I was like, what's happening right now?
Okay. Nev had a brilliant idea for this episode, but
it didn't involve.
Then he immediately offended me by not hearing of this cartoon.
Cartoon Network doesn't exist really.
What is it?
It's called Captain N, the Game Master, where this kid has a Nintendo game gun, and he gets sucked into the game universe, and it's him, Princess Lana, Kid Icarus, Mega Man, and some other douchebag that I don't know, trying to defeat essentially Bowser, like a knockoff version of Bowser. And it was a whole series. It ran for 2 seasons.
I don't believe you. I've never heard of that in my what is
fever dream, John. You uploaded that IMDb entry and just put it out there so the rest of the world can share your fever dream. I know this.
I'm not crazy. I posted the IMDb.
No, you're not crazy because of that. I mean,
there's other reasons.
Oh shit, Echo! I'm streaming.
Are you though?
Echo?
Are you?
Echo.
Look at the lights. I'll light up.
Yeah, well, I was on a Zoom meeting, so I was like, I couldn't have my streamer lights on.
You were in a Zoom meeting. Did you raid over to us?
Yeah. Did you not? Why did you not raid over your Zoom?
Did you not raid over from your Zoom meeting?
I would raid my Zoom meeting over to you.
Oh yeah, let me raid my group therapy session all the way over here so they can see how fucked up we are. Okay, cool.
Right? I mean, what better way?
It might be therapeutic and educational all at the same time.
Would be.
You know what? You know what? It's fine.
Trauma.
Today we learned about emotion regulation, so that's great.
Are you regulating?
Emotional regulate? Is there laws written about your emotions, like which ones you can feel at which times?
I don't know. Apparently, my brain is swimming. I don't even know. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Because, it's poor regulation out there. If your brain's swimming, you didn't regulate properly.
You gotta regulate that brain.
Cool. It's a skill I have to learn, apparently. So, yeah, all right.
So today, a great thing has happened. The Mario Brother movie has come out. We now get to see, we now get to witness Chris Pratt,
and it's being well reviewed too.
It is. The reviews are surprisingly good, even though everyone's like really angry about Chris Pratt being Mario, which I still don't understand why people are mad about that.
Especially because you don't have to see him. You don't have to see him.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear an offensive Italian stereotype for the entire movie.
Yeah.
and so somehow I'm the asshole there.
No, I agree. I agree. I think it would just be and nowadays we reimagine everything. So why does it have to be Italian? Like
Well,
we
I mean, canon, he is Italian, but also you can be. I'm Italian. I don't go around going, "It's a me, Mari. It's me,
Yeah.
Dondero."
That's
That's
true.
not
Be
true.
Italian
I've seen you
without
do that
the
several
cliche.
times, actually. We might even have footage of you doing that.
Probably do. Sure, we do somewhere.
Okay, so Nev, this was your idea.
It was.
Thank you for sharing the idea because So, why don't you tell our audience what your idea was? What our topic is today?
I've already forgotten what my idea was.
Oh my god! Wah.
No, he didn't write it down. He typed it in the chat, but didn't write it down.
Okay, cool.
Let me look what it said in the chat. Hold on. No, it was called Drawing Conclusions, I think is what I called it.
It was a cute name. I like the title.
Yeah. It's just talking about cartoons, manga, and anime, everything that's coming out, especially with the Mario movie being released. What else? We had the Sonic movie, but Sonic was live action with some drawn elements. So, I mean, movie.
I haven't seen it yet. I still haven't seen it.
Really? And they have 2 of those, and that's how well that did.
What movie?
Sonic?
Two
Sonic movies.
The Sonic movie was actually really good. I enjoyed it for the content that it was. Like when you look at it, you go, okay, it's a Sonic movie. This is going to be garbage, and you go there and you're like, okay, this is not garbage. I mean, it's not like shouldn't win an Oscar by any stretch of the means, but for it being what it was enjoyable.
Did it have all the good sound effects? I grew up on the sound effects.
Yeah, it actually did have the good sound effects. It actually it played homage to a lot of stuff that you saw in the games without being like, look, we're just a video game movie. We're a video game movie.
So it was better than Pixels.
The Pixels is garbage.
I've never seen Pixels either.
I haven't seen Pixels, so I actually don't know.
You gotta see Pixels. It's great.
Oh,
Adam Sandler,
sorry, Bear,
Peter
hold on.
Dinklage. Wait, doesn't it have Pedro Pascal in it?
Does it have Pedro Pascal?
In Pixels? I don't think Pixels.
Yeah.
I don't think he's.
No.
I think he's in that one.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I saw him helping a little kid throughout the movie cross the big city.
Are you sure that wasn't like one of those Robert Rodriguez superhero movies? He was in those. He was in like a superhero one. He was in a couple.
Was it the wait, Robert Rodriguez, was that the Spy Kids one? Was he in one of the Spy Kids?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't Spy Kids. It was after they grew up. It was like Super Town High, where the Spy Kids had grown up and their kids were like fighting the aliens. He was in that.
Okay.
What are you? None of us have heard of anything that you're watching, John.
I have kids that age that watch it, and Shark Boy
I don't
and
think
Lava.
You have kids that watch old '80s cartoons, though. So what is the explanation for that one?
Okay.
Who's never seen? I mean, I can't believe you haven't seen this cartoon. Did you watch Super Mario Super Show?
No. I watched Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake. Oh my God, those are my jam. Yes, I did watch Gem. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you guys watch the original Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon voiced by Urkel?
No.
That's where his love of chili dogs came from. Yeah, Jamil White was the voice of Sonic for.
Now I want chili dogs. Oh, I want a Carolina dog so bad right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's the best way to have it.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
No, I did not. I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, TMNT.
Yeah.
TMNT was the best. A game coming out soon for TMNT called The Last Ronin.
I saw that trailer. Looks
it's the reimagined.
So excited about that. I honestly can't wait. Yeah. Thank you.
I love that it's you're not playing as like one of the specific 4. You're playing as
one of
the survivor, basically.
Yeah, and you have access to all the weapons.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that.
They're actually
There's also a new
TMNT
animated coming out that Seth Rogen made.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I saw on TikTok that they're re-releasing the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures.
Oh, nice.
What? I had
Including
those.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
So did I.
I had those. Those are
Oh,
great.
Bebop and Rock. Actually, I didn't see that, but I saw Leatherhead. Thank you, but great rare seeing the Sonic cartoon. Okay, I'm not crazy here. I hate that me and Bear are like still agreeing on shit, but
Sonic, I can see, but this Nintendo Power thing still favorite dream.
Yeah.
You're the only one so far. The only one.
That must have been a rough night.
Honestly, that cartoon used to come on so early when I'd wake up for Saturday cartoons that I was so half asleep.
Mm-hmm. So he
early.
hallucinated it.
It
was really some other cartoon.
Right now.
He was half awake. He was just like sleepy, just sort of like in that like half awake. So
What if this is one of those like Berenstein Bear moments? Like this is like
Berenstein Bears.
Oh, is this a Mandela effect?
I love those. I loved Berenstein Bears.
Do you guys remember Shazam with no, it's Kazam with Sinbad?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. He also. Do you remember when Sinbad did what was that?
You remember when Sinbad was like relevant?
Yeah, he was. He did it.
Oh yeah.
Kid movies.
You remember when Sinbad was relevant? Okay.
He was edgy back then.
But he was in a genie movie, and I remember it.
It was. Yes,
he was in a genie movie.
Oh my god. Okay, well, we're talking about animated drawing cartoons. Yeah.
Let's stay focused, people.
Oh, well, there's that.
We're making fun of my fever dreams.
Oh, anyway, so yeah, I was the girly girl though. I watched like Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake. Oh my god,
How come they ever rebooted any of those?
Right?
They
rebooted the
She-Ra.
My Little Pony I watched My Little Pony. Like, it had a like random like why Rainbow Bright was the fucking jam. Oh my god, I would buy everything.
Pretty cool.
I would like if they rebooted that. I would buy everything. I love Rainbow Bright.
Didn't they make Jim into a live action movie several years ago?
Did they?
Jim in the Jim in the Holograms, I think.
Yeah, and it was terrible. It was motherfucking terrible. It was terrible.
That's probably why I never heard of it, because I block out those things.
Yeah.
Did we make John mad? I think we made John mad.
No.
John, are you mad?
I was checking my No, I'm checking my daughter's sugar.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh.
Okay.
I had to restart my phone right before we stream, so I have to load everything up so I can.
Oh, gotcha.
So when I grew up, I did not have cable. I had the 4 channels with the.
You didn't even have the big antenna, so you can get the UHF channels.
Oh no, we had the big antenna, and then my dad had the ginormous satellite dish outside.
Remember UPN?
Yes. UPN. But I didn't grow up with cable, so I didn't really have a lot of cartoons. So whenever we went on our family vacation every year,
I didn't have cable. I had a ton of cartoons.
Yeah, we had Saturday cartoons, man.
Saturday.
In Game Master, Captain N.
No,
that didn't exist. But we had other things like
USA.
You're not giving up on that.
Nope.
Oh my god. Okay. But how did you have the big satellite and not have all the cartoons and the television?
Yeah, how'd you have a satellite dish and not have anything?
Yeah.
Because
I had a porn. Like, I knew where the porn was. F18. Because you had to put in the coordinates. So it was like F18. Yes. I knew that was the porn channel.
because my parents kept the receiver unit in their room.
They were watching porn. Your parents are watching porn.
Totally sure they were. Yeah. At least one of them was.
All right, Nev, what is your favorite childhood cartoon?
I don't know, it's tough because I just rewatched a bunch of them, and so now looking at them through adult eyes, you're like, "That's hot garbage." I don't know why I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Do not rewatch.
No.
Don't meet your heroes.
I let them live in my memories.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the best place for them to live.
Yeah. Poor Nev, he's like, no, yeah. He's scarred for life now. All right, Sean, what about you?
Well, the Dondero ones would probably be the best because I like the variety. I like Goltar and all them.
What did you say?
Goltar,
the barbarian. It's Hanna-Barbera. It was all the Saturday
Hanna-Barbera,
morning.
yeah.
All the Saturday morning and Sunday cartoons that you
had like the wacky racers.
That race.
Wasn't Yogi Bear on Hanna-Barbera? Yogi Bear,
Yogi Bear. The Muttley.
Yeah.
The Muttley.
Hey,
yeah,
boo-boo.
I loved him.
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo-boo. Picnic basket.
Captain Caveman.
Yes, the picnic.
Captain Caveman.
Oh my god.
All of them. It was great.
We're dating ourselves, folks.
We are.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
But that's when that's when cartoons were relevant. I mean, Saturday morning cartoons, the weekend cartoons were when we got the best entertainment.
Saturday morning, the weekend cartoons.
Other than that, it was just DuckTales or Tailspin.
Oh my god! Or Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
Oh god! Oh my god! I'm in like the flood of nostalgia right now. I can't. It makes me so happy.
Have you guys seen the Chippendales movie?
No.
The new one. I have not seen the newest one.
I don't want to
all of it.
Magic Mike.
No. The Rescue Rangers movie. It's actually like, okay, so I haven't seen all of it all the way through, but like my kids have watched it, so I've kind of like peered over. It's done really well. Like it's very meta.
It looks very meta.
It's it's very much like a Roger Rabbit style. It's very Roger Rabbit.
Does it have Jessica Rabbit?
As in like, it has like all the cartoons in it, and they're all kind of like living within real people and all that. All right, Roots. You want to fuck? We'll fuck. Where's that? Where's my fucking lipstick at? Let's do this.
What did I do?
Give it to her. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did I walk
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. So what's up? Okay, so yeah, it was very Roger Rabbit-esque, where it was like live action blended with a cartoon in this world that was like very like cartoons exist, they're people too. It was very meta.
That's what they did with it. Okay. I was wondering how they were doing that because the trailers made it seem like, oh yeah, one of the Chippendales have retired and gone on to do other things or something.
No, that's it. It was like, you know, like kind of like the Roger Rabbit world where everything is just like you have cartoons and people are fans of cartoons, but those cartoons are actually actors. Like they're actual, like those characters are actually people in the world and they're just Roger Rabbiting around. And then this happens like when no one just gives a shit about them anymore. It was like behind the music mixed with Roger Rabbit mixed with like true crime.
Okay.
That's weird. That sounds like it would be better when you are you're on something.
Well, now it's on Disney Plus. Now I'm gonna have to go watch it. Now I'm gonna have to go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. I'm gonna have to go watch it now.
That's where I watched it, and it is very much like they have the Sonic the Hedgehog in there, like the original, like when they first came out with the Sonic movie, that first trailer Sonic that was just like, oh god, no, and the internet changed it. Yeah, like when he looked very real. He's in that movie.
Oh my god!
Yikes!
Like, yeah, he is in that movie
because they don't have any Sony rights, so they probably just did that just to make fun.
Yeah, because he was at a convention signing autographs as the abandoned Sonic.
Yeah,
like it was very funny. Like they have a full.
Was he out of gold rings? Did he have no gold rings at that point?
Well, you know, he didn't get to the gold rings. They kicked him to the curb before that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It was abandoned Robotnik. I guess at the end when you beat him up.
He was down on his luck, so I guess he got no tails.
Damn. He just got Knuckles.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, two cartoons that I fucking loved as a kid.
Okay, was one of them Inspector Gadget?
No,
because you were very much a penny.
God.
I agree, but no, it's not that. Tailspin from the Disney. Like, oh my god, loved Tailspin.
Baloo.
Okay,
Baloo.
Yes, he's like, I love Tailspin. And
you didn't watch Tailspin for Baloo. You watched it for the little guy.
Yeah.
And the gummy bears. The gummy
They
bears.
drank the thing.
Yes, when they drink the little potion anywhere. Oh my god, that was my oh my god, that like brings me so much joy.
Didn't they have like a train slide that they rode around in their little thing and all that? I used to love that as a kid. They had this little rail thing. They rode around inside their little fortress hut thing.
It was a slide.
Do you guys remember David the Gnome? That very boring ass cartoon. Little Nick Jr. or something like that. David the Gnome. God, yes, talk about like mediocre, like something your mom would watch.
I mean, like Caillou. That's what I put Caillou with.
I fucking hate Caillou.
I never saw the allure of Caillou, and I was like, no.
As a parent of two small children, I absolutely 100% refused to let my children watch Caillou, and that like
Same.
every single time Caillou came on, it would his voice is all whiny and he's all like
he's a spoiled fucking brat. I don't want my kid to know that's okay.
You wanted to, you want to infuriate me, put on an episode of Caillou and see me lose my shit.
So noted.
Same.
Well, so if you want to torture Rubes,
or me, because I cannot stand Caillou, because that kid is just a whiny fucking brat.
Yes.
And his parents won't put him in his fucking place.
No, and I was like,
you have kid cartoons that have lessons and they learn stuff. Like, you have Wonder Pets, which is, Rugrats. They learn shit along, but they weren't whiny fucking brats the entire time, just throwing tantrum tantrums and learning what tantrum tantrums is not okay. Because their parents never dealt with tantrum tantrums. Their parents never turned around and went, I'm going to fucking spike your bot ass head into the fucking concrete if you don't shut the fuck up, you little brat. Right, fuck Caillou.
Yes, fuck Caillou. Oh my god, fuck Caillou.
But aside from that, Nickelodeon did have some okay cartoons.
You did. Invader Zim, man.
Is it? Please tell me this is real. Please tell me this is real, because I am about to go relive my childhood so deep and so hard.
What is it?
Gummy bears might be on Disney Plus, and I may not be seen again.
What?
Hold on. Please tell me it's true.
Will you honestly make it for an episode? Is it really on Disney Plus?
It is on Disney Plus.
It was DuckTales and Tailspin.
I'm so excited. I'm going to relive all of my childhood.
Oh my god!
I needed this in my life.
That?
Oh, we know
Didn't we literally Adventures of the Gummy Bears?
Now there are some cartoons you can go back and watch, and they are pretty much the same. Like DuckTales still hits the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the story was there. There was a story for DuckTales apparently that was going on the whole time.
I'm so happy.
I don't know if anybody ever remembers.
I like DuckTales. I like Darkwing Duck.
Gummy Bears.
Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck was like
terror that stuck in my
My favorite cartoon was the X-Men cartoon.
X-Men? What? Now, which one? Which version of the X-Men cartoon?
The one that John...
So the 80s one. The one that you can watch from Disney Plus as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yep, that one.
I watched some of that,
which
along
is
with like the Spider-Man one.
As, Scott Summers, watch Scott Summers be frustrated as every episode.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Cyclops is just like, I'm just not happy about it.
Right.
And then the 1990s or 1980s Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man and Friends, the Spider-Man and Super Friends, that one with the
no. That was like the 70s ones.
Okay.
But it was about the same time that X-Men came out.
So that was the Amazing Spider-Man then.
I think it was Amazing Spider-Man, yeah.
Okay.
That one was good. Another one I used to watch. Oh, what the fuck was it? Darkwing Duck was nothing but the Tick before the Tick came out.
Because
they had the Tick cartoon and the Tick live action.
Yeah, the Tick cartoon.
Wait,
was
how
fucking
is Darkwing
phenomenal.
Duck the Tick before the Tick came out? Wouldn't that mean the Tick is Darkwing Duck? If the Darkwing Duck came out first.
But it's the same kind of humor where it's
because Darkwing Duck is in the Disney universe, whereas Tick is in ours.
And I liked the Tick. I did. I really did. It was a good.
My favorite quote was when his sidekick the Moth
Oh my god.
got abducted by aliens, and they're like, "We're gonna get there. We're gonna travel at the speed of lint." And he goes, "The speed of lint?" He goes, "Lint's the fastest thing on the planet. Wash your pants. Reach in your pocket. What's the first thing you find? Lint. How did it get there?" And that's from the cartoon, and that stuck with me all my life. So now I'm like, I'm gonna get there the speed of lint. If you ever hear me say the speed of lint, that's a Tick reference, because lint's the fastest thing in the universe. Because after you wash your pants, they're all clean. If you put your fingers in your pocket, you find lint. How did it get there?
Yeah, but how does that factor in when you talk about your belly button?
Also, after a shower, it's just there. It's boom, speed of lint.
You're right. Yeah, that's true.
Did you guys ever watch Freakazoid?
Yeah.
Freakazoid.
I watched
Runs
the
around in
Jetsons.
underwear. Freakazoid.
Yes, the
The Jetsons.
Yes,
Oh,
Elroy.
Jesse, get the fuck out of here.
Talk
Talk about first world problems.
Oh, I like the Jetsons.
Jetsons were kind
First
of
world
cool.
problems.
I like Rosie.
Yeah.
Rosie was great.
I'm gonna have to admit, I'm gonna admit something that may get me canceled. But the Jetsons, the movie, like the one they made like later on, I actually really loved that and have watched it on repeat.
Is that the one when they go back in time and meet the Flintstones?
Yeah, like
I love that one.
it was like CGI. They did like the whole computer animated. It was like that whole.
I never saw it. I have to watch it now.
I like.
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch Animaniacs?
Who the fuck didn't?
I've got the box set back there. Maniacs.
Like
That's what I'm saying. Like you know about Freakazoid, but you watch Animaniacs. That was the whole. That was part of the block.
Freakazoid and Animaniacs were the
block.
same studio. Those were both Warner Brothers.
Yeah. And they did a block. They did Animaniacs, and then Pinky and the Brain got its own show, and then it was Freakazoid.
And Tiny Toon Adventures.
And
Tiny Toon Adventures.
Tiny Toons was good. I was a big fan of Bugs Bunny.
Blue Ball got down the hole.
Yeah. No, you push the button. I push the button. No, you push the button.
Hello, nurse.
Don't push the button.
Hello.
Hello. I still use that one.
Yes, you do. You do.
Hello, nurse.
And it's corny as fuck. And so not the new millennia. Like you say that and you're like, you're about to get canceled or the cops called on you.
Did anybody watch the reboot of that?
I did.
No, I did not. Did you?
I did.
Was it any good?
It was all right. It was. I expected more. I think, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older, but I expected more, and it seemed to fall a little short.
Yeah.
I think it was one of those things where it was probably that way. It's probably very reminiscent of the original. We just have higher expectations because, again, you go back home, watch your old shit, and you're like, oh god, that's the fucking shit I watched.
Yeah.
Or you realize just how like okay, the show Rugrats.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want everyone here to know you guys are all older than the parents in Rugrats. They're in their early 30s.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, John. Yeah. Fuck you. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life.
It's because, but look at the age of the kids. They're all like 5 or 4 or younger.
Dee Dee was 30 years old. Stu was 31.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for that.
Thanks. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of old and reminiscent, Daria changed my little teenage life, like my little preteen life. Daria, I watched like every single.
Okay, Arug, do you know where Daria originated from? Did you know that was a spinoff show?
I feel like I did, but I don't remember.
Daria is a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead.
That's right.
Of course.
Daria was in Beavis and Butthead. She was a character in Beavis and Butthead.
Just like
this
Beavis and Butthead came out on MTV. How many people saw that when it came out on MTV?
I did not watch
I watched Beavis and Butthead.
I did not like it, and I still don't like it.
I was not allowed to watch it, but I did watch bits and pieces. I did watch the movie. I did watch the Beavis and Butthead movie.
Beavis and Butthead Do America? Or wait, the new one or Beavis and Butthead Do America?
That's what you meant, the new one.
No,
I didn't watch the reboot, the new movie that came out.
No.
I was just like, I don't give a shit.
I watched the original movie.
Beavis and Butthead was great because it had the music videos I wanted to see. They were usually rock music videos, and I was into rock. That's the only reason I like Beavis and Butthead, because I was getting to see metal videos. The first time I ever saw Korn was on Beavis and Butthead, and I love Korn. And, it was like, these are where I'm going to get my music videos. Because it
came out during Headbangers Ball too, didn't they? On MTV, along with Liquid TV. That's where I saw Aeon Flux for the first time.
Oh, Aeon Flux was going. There was another one. Grown Ups. No, was it? I want to go Grown Ups. Mission Hill.
I don't remember
It was
that
an
one.
MTV cartoon, and then there was one where two guys are traveling across the country together. If you ever hear me and Mika go, "What you doing? Rest until you got to poop again?" It's from that claymation like style animation show from MTV. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look that up.
Okay.
What you doing? Rest until you get to poop again? Y'all know what that's from? Do you know what cartoon that is from?
No, what?
SpongeBob.
I really
That's
love
the song Mr. Krabs gets obsessed with.
I really do love how we all really do have our own little awkward dance that we do during this.
It's so awkward.
Yeah.
Captain Planet. He's our hero. Gonna take Lucian down to 0.
I remember Captain Planet, and I remember we used to play them play the little characters on the playground all the time.
Yes.
Now, did you
guys ever watch Duckman?
Comic book too, or just watch the cartoon?
No, I watched the cartoon. I wasn't allowed to have comic books. Remember, Christian family, like comics books were the devil. Like,
Christian comics didn't give you anything, like no Archies, no nothing.
No.
They gave me a picture of Jesus.
Gary and Mike.
Gary and Mike was the animation. And apparently that wasn't a problem.
It was about the time that like PJ in the projects, the Eddie Murphy claymation thing was real popular. It like had Eddie Murphy, and he was like the super to the building.
It rings some bells, but I don't think I ever watched it.
Did you say Popeye? You want to know one of my first classic cartoons that I remember watching, and it sticks with me to this day, is I grew up in the country, and so our neighbors were like literally a field over, and I used to go over there, but they didn't have a lot, but they had a videotape of Betty Boop. And I remember they would, every time that they were babysitting me, they would put, because they didn't have anything else to really watch. And so they would put on Betty Boop, and that's what we would watch on repeat. So,
did that also have Felix the cat on there, or no?
Yes.
Or was it just okay?
Yeah.
And did you guys remember Heathcliff and Garfield?
Heathcliff? Oh yeah.
Oh, Heathcliff.
Heathcliff was great.
Garfield.
Getting in the fights. Beating up those cats.
I can draw Odie. Like one of the few things I can actually draw. I can draw Odie. That's all I can. That's all I got.
What I love is when when you're watching cartoons and they reference another cartoon that's not around anymore. So when you go back and watch it, you don't get that reference. Like, so I just showed you the PJs.
Mm-hmm.
It's referenced on Futurama. Like at one point in time, Bender goes and pulls up a manhole. That's the logo of the show, and that's how it's advertised. And I'm like, that show wasn't that popular, and it was out at the time. That's why they referenced it. It was same block as Futurama. Futurama maintained. We still watch Futurama. We go back and rewatch it. There's going to be a generation that goes back and watches Futurama and be like, "What the fuck is the PJs?"
I'm going, what the fuck is the PJs?
Yeah,
you're going, what the fuck is the PJs? I watched it with Eddie Murphy, man. It was good.
No clue.
So Nev,
we watched
tell me
different cartoons.
Well, we had a very different upbringing, Sean. Remember, that's why we have an entire podcast. Okay.
Prison as kids, and we weren't,
yeah, pretty much. The whole cold thing. Nev,
TV was my dad.
I have to know what your first anime or
the first ones.
The one that's
the old the Warner Brothers with the Bugs Bunny and those guys would be, and Felix the Cat, Popeye, Looney Tunes, all those.
Yeah.
Those would be the first ones.
Great.
Gee, I wonder why I grew up being okay with gratuitous violence and cross-dressing.
Yeah.
I can cross-dress and I'm okay with violence.
Bugs Bunny fucked me up. Was the answer of some kind.
Yeah.
What?
You
Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner?
If somebody started a fight, you definitely finished it. Like that was the expectation. It wasn't just like, no, use your words or don't swing back. No, like your parents expected you. If somebody started a fight, you motherfucking finish that shit or don't come home.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys remember? One of my favorite Looney Tunes was there's Wile E. Coyote, but he had a cousin. He had Frank, the coyote, and Frank and Ralph, because one was a sheepdog and one was a coyote, and they would go in, they'd clock in.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
And the coyote would constantly try to get the dog, and they didn't hate each other, but the dog would always stop him, like just shut his ass down.
Didn't the dog
And
have
at the
like,
end, they would just
hair
clock
on
out.
top of his
The
eyes?
things over his eyes, so you couldn't see.
Yeah. But he always knew where the coyote was.
Exactly. And he was
Oh my God.
about it. He was like,
Speaking of gratuitous violence, Tom and Jerry. My kids actually loved watching Tom and Jerry, and not like the reboot, like because there's a reboot. No, they liked watching the original Tom and Jerry. I was like, that should have been a clue. Yeah, like that should be a clue. My kids
you know that run they do where they run and they don't move anywhere?
They run in place, yeah.
Cats do that in real life.
Yeah, they do.
Cats do that.
Also, Tom and Jerry was incredibly racist. And, yeah.
Yes. Pepe La Pew.
Happy
Oh
my God.
There was only one woman. There's only one human in Tom and Jerry. Go back and watch.
It's the grandmother.
And it was that's Sylvester and Tweety.
Yeah, that's
Tweety.
Right.
Tom and Jerry had the elderly black lady who was like very stereotyped. Like, horribly stereotyped.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because they don't show it anymore because it's like
Well, and then you have Speedy Gonzalez. You have Speedy Gonzalez, like
remember the crossovers for Speedy Gonzalez and Tom and Jerry?
Oh yeah.
In the Space Jam movie, Gabriel Iglesias voiced him in the Space Jam movie.
Space Jam. Oh my God, Space Jam.
Or
everybody get up. It's time to jam now.
The sad part is Speedy Gonzalez was one of those things I look back and I'm like, I don't see the negative stereotype there. Like I know that it's culture appropriation. There's a lot of bad stuff there. But growing up, I'm like, I had zero bad thoughts of Hispanics because of Speedy Gonzalez.
What about his cousin though?
Slowpoke Rodriguez? Slowpoke Rodriguez. Yeah. That was just the opposite. That was just honestly the opposite of Speedy Gonzalez.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was probably a little bit worse.
I look back on the shit that we watched, and I'm like,
How are we not?
God, how did we? I don't know how we escaped not being racists. Like I don't.
It was everywhere. It was like it was hitting us in the face at left, right, and center. It's like you.
Yeah, here's the thing: if you didn't grow up in a family of hatred, you didn't see the racism because, like I said, no one told you it was wrong. No one told you it was right. It was just like that's a cartoon,
and it wasn't reinforced in the home, so it was just like
it wasn't reinforced.
It was just a thing.
Yeah, like you go back now, you're like, holy shit, that was racist. And you're like, oh, somebody should have said something. And I'm like,
oh no, people were saying something.
Yeah,
listening.
Listen, I'm a kid. I wasn't watching the news. Okay, I wasn't like, let me get into this. Let me get into the affairs
you were
of
watching
adults.
Fox News?
Remember before Fox News?
Oh my God. Hey guys, I'm really mad about gay beer.
Wait, what?
What? No,
Bud Light right now is like getting all the flack for their very, very awesome can. The support, I think, look it up because everyone's losing their shit over Bud Light, who has a rainbow and has all the pronouns on it, saying support all identities.
That's awesome.
Really cool.
I mean, if you're gonna lose your shit about Bud Light, don't do it because they're being inclusive. Do it because it's crappy beer.
Hey, my sister works for Anheuser-Busch. She makes a good shit ton of money. I'm just saying.
Still crappy beer.
It may be crappy beer, but I mean, hey. I get a good Christmas present. Let's go.
I posted a meme today. And it was like the greatest meme in the world. He's like, okay, so everyone who's up in arms about the adult beverages having this, how is that corrupting our children that you said before? Tell me how you don't hate this movement and you're trying to protect our children because beer now has it. Like, go look at my post on Facebook. I'm just like, your bigotry is showing. That's the Roog's way of being like, we're getting too close to a hot topic.
We're going to get a little off the cartoon topic.
I'm so glad you picked up on that.
Hey, listen.
There were a lot of political cartoons.
Pretty much a big cartoon about it. Yeah, we got political cartoons.
Oh, the cartoons were all political back then.
No. Politics is a hot button topic.
Political. Do you remember?
They were.
Was it Disney characters did endorse for World War II and?
Oh God, yeah. But
we just loved them because they were cartoons.
We're gonna keep going on this. We're gonna keep happy childhood memories.
So you remember how they used to tie people up to the railroad tracks?
In every Western ever.
Tell me your childhood gave you a kink without telling me your childhood gave you a kink.
There's a whole kink podcast where we talk about people growing up watching shit and why they like what they like.
Is that like your quicksand? Because quicksand's everywhere.
Yeah.
You're like, did you see her tie up? I was like,
growing up, I thought quicksand would be a much bigger problem, and I was sorely disappointed.
Well, it's because all the 80s shows had quicksand. Like, everyone was like, oh, I fell in quicksand. And they'd be like, Arr! And you're like, oh my God, there's quicksand.
Every Saturday morning cartoon, quicksand was like a #1 threat. It was like level 3 threat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they lied to you, John. They
lied to you.
Absolutely lied to me. I also have never been attacked by ninjas, and no one has ever tried to kidnap me to like destroy the planet. You guys remember Captain Planet?
How come no one has this weird fetish for getting tied up, like full body bound, like they did in the cartoons, like rope around you where it was
all the way around,
and then set on railroad tracks and left there?
There is a fetish. I'm telling you right now. Yes. No, yes, they are. Bondage to a railroad track, I'm telling you right now, is a kink. I can show you pictures.
Well, I'm not about being bound to a railroad track, but I'm just saying. Just bound.
Any peril.
Give me rope, give me leather.
You want some hog tie?
I'm on right now. Any peril you ever saw in a cartoon is a fetish. Hands down. Any fetish.
So
any peril in a kid's
trapped in a bird cage.
Speaking of sexy time cartoons, Heavy Metal magazine.
Oh yeah. Wow. That's a throwback.
Do you remember Cool World?
Cool World?
Cool World?
The shitty version of Roger Rabbit?
Yes. But there was a sex scene in there, and I remember thinking, all right.
I can get behind that.
I can get behind that, yeah. Oh yeah.
I used to actually reference when I taught film, I referenced Cool World and Roger Rabbit. Like, Cool World did everything wrong when it came to that kind of animation. Roger Rabbit did everything right. Because Cool World kind of just relied on sets and, like, digital drawing and, like, actors not having anything to respond to. Most everything in Roger Rabbit was done practically.
Yeah, which made it easier to respond
and then drawn on top of. Yeah, so, like, when he's bouncing all over the set, like, he's doing shit, all of those things are practical effects happening. And so the actors are reacting to the actual set dressings and all that. So it looked believable. In Cool World, they didn't do that. That's why most of the time when Brad Pitt's looking at, the character, he's looking like, here's where his eyes are hitting. They're never syncing up. They never look like here's the person, but he's talking over here like this.
Gotcha.
Because
that makes sense.
They didn't use physical props.
Oh, but Jessica Rabbit, though.
Darkly. That's what it was.
Jessica Rabbit. Oh.
Right?
Oh.
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way. All right.
I should have known I was bi when I got a funny feeling by looking at Jessica Rabbit. I should have known.
Did you get a tingle in your naughty bit? Jessica Rabbit came out?
I did. Yeah. Now, give me a shapely woman any day.
Scanner Darkly, yeah. That was another one.
Scanner Darkly is a fucking brilliant movie that literally just had Snapchat filters before Snapchat filters were a thing.
could argue that, yeah.
The animation, because it was a movie that they just pretty much rotoscoped over to turn it into a cartoon. So it was like, I mean, it's a really good movie. It's one of those movies that's like very cerebral, and I fucking love it. It's got Robert Downey Jr., Keanu Reeves.
Say that word again.
Woody Harrelson.
Cerebral.
Cerebral.
He forgot the R. The second cerebral. Yeah. You said cerebral.
That's the word I'm looking for. Whatever.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna say the wrong word, but I'm right.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay.
I'm right. But I love The Skin of Darkness. I wish I could find a copy of that movie because I love that movie. I
think I have a copy of that movie. On
Robert
DVD.
Downey Jr. is insane in that movie.
Wow, he must have been young in that one.
Oh yeah, he was young. He was. He had a whole career before he had this new career.
Oh yeah.
Let's just put it
There's
this way.
that whole period where he went through rehab.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He plays what he became in Skin of Darkly. He plays that character. He plays who he was before he went to rehab. But yeah, no, Robert Downey Jr. is a bunch of stuff like the Charlie Chaplin movie, the biopic. Charlie Chaplin.
I remember that. Yeah, he was Charlie Chaplin, really?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he in the Wasn't he in Molly Ringwald movies? A young RDJ.
Yeah.
And
he was
in a
Kiss
lot
Kiss
of stuff.
Bang Bang. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is probably one of the best movies in the world. It's got Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. in it. It's fucking hilarious. And it gets referenced in everything we see nowadays, and no one knows it fucking exists. Iron Man 3, entirely based on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, a Robert Downey Jr. movie. His narration, everything, it's all based on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is an old-ass comedy movie with Val Kilmer, and it has another one of my favorite lines. You know what happens if you look up the definition of idiot in the dictionary? Will you find a picture of me? No, you'll find the definition of idiot, which you are one. And for some reason, hearing Val Kilmer yell that is just the funniest fucking thing in the world I've ever heard. That movie is just funny without being funny because it's dark as shit.
Oh my god!
The cartoons that made us.
The cartoons that made us.
Well, okay, so we were talking about Hanna-Barbera at the beginning. Adult Swim, Harvey Birdman, Ghost, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast.
Space Ghost, yeah.
Yeah.
Which are just like pulled animation cells from Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Like, I fucking love like Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, when Fred Flintstone's on there and he's a mobster.
Yeah, and well, just like think about it, like Family Guy and The Simpsons, and like all the things that are staples now. We're just when they first came out, we were still like think of it 20-something years later, like they even longer. The Simpsons, they're still around.
The Simpsons, the longest running cartoon series in history. It's actually the longest
that have not aged.
Yeah, it's the longest running series currently now in syndication.
We have The Simpsons, like Family Guy, like those things are like staples now, like just society.
Those voice actors are going to die in the next couple of years. Let's put it this way: The Simpsons is as old as I am, and the voice actors were adults when they started that show.
I mean, true. I wonder how old they are. Yeah, let's look it up.
They're in their 60s.
Yeah.
No, you asked which is my first cartoon, but the first memorable cartoons that I remember watching that I really got me interested in animation again, other than Saturday morning cartoons, would be like Vampire Hunter D and Robotech.
Robotech. I don't know if you remember. Oh wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, they used to come on.
Wow.
I don't know what either one of those are.
Vampire Hunter D sounds like a porn.
No, it's an old Japanese animation.
Vampire Hunter and his D.
I used to love Lupin the Third, which is just an animation of an old radio show. They took the audio from the radio show and just drew over it, which was brilliant. Ren and Stimpy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
It was also MTV.
Yes, also.
You wanted the bet? No, that was Nickelodeon.
Was it Nickelodeon?
The original was Nickelodeon.
Okay.
What was it?
MTV picked it up.
Okay.
What was the dog? What is it? It's like something. Huh? No. It was it was something. No, it was a different. No, it was not Ren and Stimpy. It was another commercial on Nickelodeon. It was like afraid, like scared dog or something.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's
Courage
it.
the Cowardly Dog was Cartoon Network.
Well, Courage the. I don't know why I really liked that. I don't know why.
Dog.
Like
Nickelodeon had Danger Mouse, Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget, I remember.
Mm-hmm. They had Cat Dog.
Cat Dog. Oh, do you remember Hey Arnold?
Yeah.
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
You know what,
yeah.
Football headed.
Do you know what the fun part about Ren and Stimpy is? The voice of Stimpy, and you'll never unhear this, is the voice of Fry.
Thanks. No, I would never be it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you, John.
I still haven't seen that.
And
show.
you'll be able to hear it too if you go back and just play a couple clips of Ren and Stimpy, and then go back and watch Futurama. You'll be like, I'm not okay with that.
All right. Oh God. Okay. All right.
Ren.
We've talked about television shows. All right. So before we go, we each have to name our favorite animated movie.
Ooh, that's tough.
Wizards.
Wait, which Wizards?
The same guy who did Felix the Cat. Not Felix the Cat. No, Fritz the Cat. The same guy who did Fritz the Cat. Wizards. It was like a 1970s propaganda film. It was not appropriate for children. But it was anti-war.
Okay. I just looked it up. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's not for children. My mother let me watch it.
Of course you did. Because Jan.
Is that like the same not for children as Watership Down, not for children?
No, like this is like, okay, so what happens is the nuclear holocaust happens. World War II ends in nuclear holocaust. And then fairies and stuff like that come back to life and all that. And two wizards are born. A light wizard and a dark wizard. The dark wizard goes and lives off in the radiation land, and he stumbles upon Hitler's propagation. And so he starts the war again following Hitler. Like using Hitler to lead his armies as like he propagates his stuff as Hitler. And it's like really fucking dark. And so it's like half mixed World War II film, half mixed Lord of the Rings. Because they have to go and defeat him, and it's just a wizard, a drunk wizard, I might add you, an alcoholic drunk wizard who's too old, who has a fairy princess girlfriend whose tits are just hanging out the entire time. Big tits.
It was made in 1977, and I feel like they were tripping on some LSD, like the whole time they were making that.
That same animation was used in the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings animated films.
Oh,
same creator.
Yeah,
he was the same guy. He did the Lord of the Rings.
I remember that animation style. They did it for the Lord of the Rings, and there was another movie. It's the same Dungeons and Dragons almost animation style.
Yep. He did Fritz the Cats, Wizards, and then Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not wearing anything.
No, she's not.
Well, and she's wearing a little bit of a wrap. I mean, they don't show much.
But I will say this: it's a fucking like mind blow, and has really, really fucking funny moments.
All right. Well,
those wizard mouths are
what's
not.
your favorite animated movie?
I'm not really sure which. I'm actually looking through a list. I'm going, do I recall any of these? I mean,
of course you're going through a list.
Yeah, of course.
Sean doesn't watch cartoons.
He doesn't.
I remember where I grew up, how I grew up. I remember Care Bear movie. I remember the Care Bear movie. Yeah, Care Bear movie was probably one of the ones I remember the most. Care Bear stairs. Care Bears are evil. I didn't realize that until I was an adult, but Care Bears are evil.
Yeah, they literally force their opinion upon you with like magic.
They absolutely force you. Yeah, it's very
sounds like the church.
Fascist,
right? Yeah, they are. You will be happy.
Care Bears are fascist. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now.
All right, Nev. What's your favorite animated movie?
I just saw things I don't think I should have seen.
telling you, man, wizards.
Oh my god.
No, this was I decided to go like Sean. I typed in animated movies and it was like popular animated movies. One of these is called Ronald the Barbarian, and the placard for the thing on it. It was like I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what? Okay.
I'll be
well,
right back.
Hey, Nev. Hey, Nev. What's your favorite animated movie? Come on, come back to me. Come back to
Go
me.
down the
Okay,
rabbit hole.
come here.
Favorite animated.
There was a bunch of Care Bear movies.
Oh my God, y'all are all distracted.
We are.
Was it Ronald
Land
or
Before
was it
Time.
Ronald?
Animated
The
one.
Land
I mean-
Before Time.
Shh,
Land
Sean.
Before Time?
Nev was Land Before Time.
Okay, that's good. That's a good one. Ducky.
Littlefoot.
Yeah,
Ducky.
Littlefoot. Ducky.
Ducky was my favorite. Ducky was my
Stop.
favorite.
You don't want to know. Okay, you mean just crush your
Are
spirit
you
for a
gonna
little
ruin it
bit?
for us?
What?
No.
Shortly after Land Before Time first.
Oh,
when it
yes, I
came
know
out,
this,
The
I know
voice
this,
of Ducky
okay.
was a little girl was shot and killed by her father.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that one up. I appreciate that. So,
So Nev,
what are we doing this week?
hold on. Nev hasn't answered.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna go with Lion King because it's still around and we're still watching it.
Aw, Lion King. That's a good one.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Diddle-a-doo-doo. All right, I'm gonna. My favorite animated movie is Shark Tale with Will Smith
Was that in the
and
80s?
Renee
Are
Zellweger.
you the reason it's trending on Netflix right now? Because I saw a post on Facebook where it's trending number 3, and people are
Yeah, I think
upset
they added
about it.
back.
Like Shark Tale is such a great movie. I
I've
just
got
watched.
to look this
It was
up.
really
cute.
There
It
was a Facebook
It came
post.
out. Like, when did it come out? Because I remember
Early 2000s, right?
2004. So yeah, I was in college when it came out, and I watched it. I had a tape. And I watched it, and it rewound, and I watched it there was one summer I watched it on repeat, literally, and I love that movie. I love that movie. I don't know why. It just brings me so. And what are we doing this week? We're doing shit and stuff. So tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, right here on the twitch.tv/the Dondero, we are doing your favorite cartoons, right? That's what we're talking about.
CCTV.
For CCTV, you're talking about their favorite
The
cartoons.
family-friendly version of this.
Yeah, not this one. But they're talking cartoons, and then they're doing right after that at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, BSBN Gaming, and then followed by that with our lovely Nev at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for Zarknar After Dark on his channel. And then on Friday, I think this week is a Naughty and Knowledgeable with Miko, and that's on her channel at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And then following that, we have Dinks with Kinks Live, and that's at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And are they doing Freak Out Fanboy Fridays? Is that a thing, or is that, I don't know. I don't know when his is. he pops on when he can. Okay, so Saturday at 3:33 Eastern, 2 Central, we have Saturday Shenanigans with Miko on her channel. And then at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, we have Great Big Bear Plays, so gaming with some bear. And then on Sunday on twitch.tv/nerdmomace, we have at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central, Waking Up with Nana and Pep Pep, where Pep Pep and I talk religious trauma or just trauma in general. And this is an off week for John. So then following that is 76 Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and where I play Fallout 76 and we fuck around and find out. So on Around the Wasteland. And then 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, we have BSBN Gaming, and then Zarknar After Dark immediately following that. So yay, that's what we're doing for the rest of the week. Woohoo!
Woo, 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 woo.
Wednesday's so much easier to do. Wednesday's so much easier. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Even though we were a little tardy, I appreciate you. This was
We were right on time.
and Nev, this was a great idea. This was a lot of fun. This was a great topic. So I appreciate you suggesting it. So thank you for joining us, and stick around for our content all later on in the week, and we'll see you guys later.
And everybody go watch Captain N.
Don't watch
Game
the
Master.
No,
It's a
okay,
real
no.
cartoon.
All right, okay,
Real
bye,
cartoon.
bye,